Today on the channel, it's the return of the Kyle Peterson Top 5, and today, I'm here to show the world my Top 5 Dolph Ziggler figures.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another edition of the Kyle Peterson Top 5 Countdown. A Thursday staple here on the channel where we count down my top 5 favorites of whatever action figure related things. And of course, on special milestone occasions, we do a top 10 countdown. So we are dangerously close to 18,000 subscribers. We will do a top 10 when that time comes, so be prepared for that. But today, we're here to show the world my top 5 Dolph Ziggler figures. Now, Dolph Ziggler, no stranger to action figures for sure, but I gotta think, maybe, possibly, the most underrated, underused action figure talent that could be out there in the WWE. Man, he has been around what seems to be a lifetime. There's a lot of people that started watching wrestling as little kids that still watch wrestling now, and they have journeyed with him for his entire career. No different than me with a lot of other people throughout the years, but he has had a long time in the WWE. He has been pretty consistent as far as TV appearance time, TV time, title win time, things like that. For as much as he has been featured on WWE TV over his entire career, I think he has been underutilized in the action figure department. Now, he's had probably 30-some basics from Mattel, a handful of elites, of course, a little Jax action. So he's definitely had some figures, but, and once again, not as many as I feel he deserved to have for as long as he's been around. But of course, we're going to do this list like we do all the other lists on this channel. I'm going to start at number 5, work my way to number 1, and number 1 being the absolute favorite. I'm asking you guys in the comments below, put your list as well, and make sure you put them in order. That's the challenge. That is the fun part. So without further ado, let's get down to it. Let's take a look at the top 5 Dolph Ziggler figures of all time. All right, we kick off the countdown at number 5, and number 5, we go to Mattel. We go to the Mattel Elite line. We go to Elite Series 19 Dolph Ziggler. A fabulous figure here. Beautiful vest going on with show off on the back, of course. One neat feature of this figure that I really do like is the t-shirt that wraps around. It clips onto the waist. As we all know, Dolph Ziggler, especially during this time, wore his t-shirts around this way, so it was really good attention to detail on Mattel's spot. But definitely this does look like Dolph Ziggler from this time frame. It definitely looks like him. You know who this is. You do the old test that I always say, grab the head, show him the head. Who is this? You know it's Dolph Ziggler. He's got a little bit of a Joker type grin and smile to him here, but it is definitely Dolph Ziggler all day long on this one. A fabulous figure. Very early in the Elite line. Like I said, Elite Series 19. It's been a long time since this figure was released, but still holds up in my estimation, in my view, and that's why he comes in at number 5 on my top 5 Dolph Ziggler list. All right, we've come to the number 4 spot in our top 5 countdown list for Dolph Ziggler figures, and number 4, we throw it all the way back to Jax. Yes, Jax Ruthless Aggression. This may surprise a few people that he had a figure way back in the Jax days, but he did. It's technically not Dolph Ziggler, but in this instance, because of the figures he has, I am counting this as part of Dolph Ziggler figures. And who is it? It is, of course, Nikki from the Spirit Squad, Ruthless Aggression, Series 22. Talk about your army building, talk about your team building, building out the Spirit Squad over the Ruthless Aggression, adrenaline lines, things like that. Very fun to do. And the Spirit Squad, I don't know if underrated is the right word, but I enjoy the Spirit Squad to a certain degree, and then it got a little bit old. I think that's how most people viewed them as well. But of course, this is where Dolph Ziggler, Nikki at the time, got his start. Got his start in the WWE. This was his beginnings, and it's interesting to look back after all these years, and it's crazy to think he's still performing now, and he was all the way back in the Jax days. He has been there from the start of the Mattel days. He is one of those guys that would be fitting to be in Mattel Elite 100. If you're going to celebrate the Mattel era, you'd have to think Dolph Ziggler was there. He's been a part of the entire run, and like I said here, going all the way back to the Jax days. But always liked this figure, always thought it was phenomenal. I honestly like all the Spirit Squad figures from Jakks. I don't foresee us ever getting Spirit Squad figures again. It'd be a cool idea from Mattel as far as like a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive box set or something. But I just don't see it happening anytime soon. But man, the head sculpt on this, back when he had the short hair, a lot of people dog on Jakks. We talk about it all the time, but tremendous, tremendous head sculpt on this Dolph Ziggler Nikki figure. Absolutely fabulous. Like this one so much, came in at number 4 on my top 5 list. All right, we're at the number 3 spot in our countdown. Make sure you got your list in the comments down below and make sure you put them in order. That is the fun, as I always say. But number 3 on our Dolph Ziggler countdown comes from Mattel once again. We throw it all the way back to Elite Series 70 Dolph Ziggler, and this is the regular edition Dolph Ziggler. This is kind of the beginnings of the chases. Of course, you know, we had chases very early on in Mattel. Then they did come back with Shelton Benjamin and then Dolph Ziggler, lucky enough to get a chase figure. This is, however, the regular edition, and Elite 70 was an interesting set as it hit pretty much everywhere at the same time and disappeared. And now this Elite 70 set, especially Dolph Ziggler, a lot of higher prices on the aftermarket for these guys than some of the other sets around that time. So very hard to get. And really, Dolph Ziggler's last great figure is from Series 70. So he is overdue for an updated Elite, if you ask me. I don't know if it's going to happen. Maybe we can get one from his NXT title reign, possibly. That would be kind of cool. We'll see what happens, but love this Dolph Ziggler. The head definitely looks like Dolph Ziggler. He's got kind of the black and blonde highlights going on. A little bit wide in the face, but it looks right to me. It's an older version of Dolph Ziggler, but looks phenomenal. And then, of course, the soft goods jacket. Man, sign me up for these all day long. When Mattel does these good, man, they do them good. Got the Beverly Hills logo on there, the Forever Rebel on the back, Hollywood up and down the side of the tights, almost like his version of Hollywood Hogan. But definitely a strong, strong Dolph Ziggler figure. The extra hands with this one, this is when the new extra hands thing was kind of starting out. Looks fabulous as well. So an all-around slam dunk, all-around winner. Elite Series 70, the regular edition, Dolph Ziggler. All right, we're down to the final 2, and the number 2 spot in our Dolph Ziggler countdown once again comes from Mattel. It comes from Elite Series 39, and it is the Intercontinental Edition Dolph Ziggler here. Now, unfortunately, not a soft goods vest or anything like that, but it's still a good-looking figure. The silver and black attack, the really super Nature Boy dyed blonde hair, really good look to him. Of course, the title belt, just an all-around fabulous Dolph Ziggler, and one of the most, not monumental, but memorable. How about memorable? For me, when I close my eyes and I think of Dolph Ziggler's era and his run, this is kind of the area I gravitate to, the era I gravitate to. This is what it reminds me of, and a lot of times if I close my eyes and I think of Dolph Ziggler, this is what I think of. And a fabulous figure here, kind of middle of the road in the Elite line, but a very, very strong one. And like a lot of these Dolph Zigglers, getting harder to find every day just because everybody wants a Dolph Ziggler represented in their action figure collection. There's just not a lot of elite Dolph Zigglers to go around over the last 96, 97 sets, whatever you want to say at this point. So very, very good. I like it. That's why he's in here at number 2. All right, we're going to take this train home as we're at the number 1 spot in our Dolph Ziggler countdown. If this is your first time here on the channel, make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss these top 5s, plus all the other things on the channel. And of course, hit the old notification bell and make sure you like the video. After all, you made it this far, you might as well. But let's get down to it. Let's take a look at the number 1 Dolph Ziggler, and I get a little deja vu like a young Iron Maiden here. As number 1, once again, we go to Mattel. We go to Elite. We go back to Elite Series 70, and we go with the Chase Edition Dolph Ziggler. To me, the best representation of a modern-day current Dolph Ziggler is this one. He wears a lot of pink tights, like stuff like this with Robert Roode. We walked through a little bit of the Elite 70 regular edition. Same head, same body. It's just the paint difference. Same jacket going on. But beautiful, hot pink color really does stand out. Almost reminds me of Surfer Sting back in the day. This has got the Heel Crew Rebel Forever tags throughout on here. Just a fabulous Dolph Ziggler. And it's got a lot of the same stuff as the third one on the countdown, the regular edition. What I like more about this is the hot pink colors. I just think of this as more of a current day Dolph Ziggler, and it is shiny, and it definitely stands out in your collection when you have it on display. Just an absolute fabulous figure, this Elite 70 Chase Edition. Possibly his rarest Elite figure he's ever had, and one you don't see coming up a whole lot in this day and age. like I said earlier, we're overdue for a new Dolph Ziggler. Hopefully somewhere around Elite 100. If not 100, put him in 101. We need a new Dolph Ziggler based on his current look. And heck, we'll take a Robert Roode too. Why not? Get the Dirty Dogs together. Let's get them in a two-pack or two separate Elites, whatever it's going to take. But this one, Elite 70, the Chase Edition, is my number 1 Dolph Ziggler. So once again, make sure you put your number 1 down in the comments below. And of course, follow along on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson. And of course, Patreon, where you can get this video early and many other videos much, much earlier. Bonus content, exclusive content. It's all over there for you on the Patreon. And best of all, you get to support the channel. So for the Dolph Ziggler Top 5, I am Kyle. And I will see you guys all real soon.